she's telling her husband to go close the windows because it's so windy. And I'm telling my husband to go close the windows. It's so windy, and I'm in California and she's in Colorado. It was the weirdest thing.
And then about 10, 15 minutes later, it sounded like, oh my gosh, glass was breaking all over outside because of the hail.
Yeah,
Really?
we just had the wind,
Yeah.
nothing. We got nothing from that storm.
What's the temperature, Betty?
Today it's nice out. Yesterday, it goes up and down. It's been in the 90s, here and there.
Oh,
Colorado?
Richard, what?
You said that too casually.
That's like Mississippi weather, 90 degrees.
Yeah, but there's no humidity in Colorado.
No, there's humidity when there's going to be rain, but usually not any humidity. No.
Well, guess what? I can tell you this. I came back up to Chicago from Mississippi, and my daughter-in-law complains about the humidity, and I sit here saying, this is nice weather.
Tell her she'll get less wrinkles with the humidity.
She doesn't
that's a
have
fact. That's a fact. Our humidity down here is always high.
Where are you at, Richard?
In South Florida.
Oh, that's nice down there too, though. Got a lot of humidity.
Look at Vanell.
Okay, well, come on. Rich, I just see Betty Jo and me. Come on, put everybody up.
Everybody's up. Everybody's up.
Nope.
I don't see Vanell.
All you gotta do is open your mouth and they'll see you, right?
Hi, Vanell. Hi, Vanell.
Hi there.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Vanell. How are you?
I'm good.
Wow, look at that. How lovely.
Huh?
Everybody's lovely.
Yeah.
Good. We had a good start.
Yeah.
Rich, how many people you think are joining us this afternoon?
I thought about 12, but I really don't know for sure.
Okay.
We got 9 of us up here. There's a few others. I thought Nikki Ann Pierce was going to.
Yeah,
I still remember everybody's maiden names. I don't remember. Oh, here's somebody.
Here's somebody who's coming on.
Judy Kennedy. That was Judy Karras.
Judy Jarris.
Judy Jarris, right.
Judy Jarris, yeah.
And sometimes my video works and sometimes not. So let's see what we can do today.
Hey,
Okay.
we got to get it to work.
I don't want to do that.
My computer's been just awful today. Nothing works.
My body's the same way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm blaming it on the virus. If the computer doesn't work.
Including half of the country that doesn't work.
Oh, that's for sure. How many are we totally, Richard?
I think 12.
I mean, out of everybody, the classes,
In the whole class?
Yeah.
I really don't remember.
I don't know how many you.
I was wondering that today also. Yeah.
So we had 3 different classrooms. So, you figure how many was in a class? 30?
No, they were close to 50, I think.
Were there that many? Yeah.
Judy must be twins. Hey, Judy, you've got 2 devices open.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Be better on a laptop or a desktop.
My laptop.
Well, hang on. I got a horse winning a race here.
You got a phone and a computer connection.
Well, we can all
sounds
leave
like-
and you could just talk to yourself.
Sounds like we're going to take off.
Rich,
Well, we got to
are
get
you
her up
down by
and
Key
running.
Largo?
I'm sorry?
I said, are you down by Key Largo there?
I'm about 20 minutes from Key Largo.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I've been here a couple times.
Why do you look so relaxed?
Because he's 20 minutes from Key Largo, that's why.
Florida does that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, can I get out?
Land of the newlywed and nearly dead.
Aha.
Can I click.
Judy's getting some feedback because she's got 2 devices on.
Yeah, I hear
I'm
it.
trying to get out. Okay. My computer consultant's helping me get out. Okay.
Turn one of them off. We should send a technician over there.
Okay. The blue, 3 dots.
User error.
Hi, thank you, participants.
Hi. That was good.
Okay.
7. Should we time?
I don't know how many people are here. Or just call it, still make it out if I see it.
You're close, Judy. At least we know you're there.
Yeah.
Come over here.
Sounds like she's from outer space, actually.
It does. Sounds like we're gonna take off, you know? Go up
Sounds
with
like
the
it.
astronauts.
Sounds like War of the Worlds.
Ah.
So Rich, to get a perspective on where we've been since 1989, when you put the original reunion together in 89, you probably had 50 attendees. How many were there in 2009 when you had the 50th?
You know, I don't remember the numbers, Jess, because I was telling Mary Sue when I moved down here, I didn't take all of that with me, so I don't remember all those numbers.
But you have the picture from that day, Rich, the one that we're standing in front of the 59 Cadillac.
Right.
Yeah.
There were probably about 25 or 30 of us, Jess.
That many. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, there were
sorry, I
25.
couldn't make it.
Now that included spouses though, so you know it wasn't just grads. It was their spouses. So
There's Nikki trying to get in.
okay.
Okay.
Does everybody see everybody on the screen?
No, I
No.
don't have anybody. I have me and I have Judy Kennedy recording.
Then
That's
look up at the top on the right-hand side and pick the galaxy, the gallery view. Upper right-hand corner of your screen.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah, there you are.
Click on,
Goodness, I see now. I see Vanel, but I only get one at a time, Rich. It's
click on
Vanel and
gallery
me.
view, not speaker view.
Oh, gallery view, recording, meeting information. I don't have a gallery view.
Upper right-hand corner of your screen.
My screen says enter full screen. That
Hit that,
says,
do that, do that.
okay.
It even has your name on it. I like that. It's pretty cool. Hey, Kevin, this one's for you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you all are.
Nikki, can you hear us?
I want to wear this.
Hang on, we're working on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, look at this picture. Okay, that's me and you. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Jordan sent that.
We got Judy
Hey,
twice.
I
and
hear
Nikki
Jim's voice.
Judy, turn one of your devices off.
We're trying.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to be on until 8 o'clock.
No, it's not even, oh, it is after 2.
That's
Sorry,
right.
after 2 my time anyway.
Well, it's time for seniors to take a nap.
How do
My
I-
husband is.
Oh,
No, I just went to go get him and that's what he's doing. He's snoring, watching TV, so.
how do I make it so I can see everybody?
Well, somehow your video isn't on. Are
Well, I
you on a
see
lap-
you.
Are you on a laptop or are you on a desktop?
I'm on a phone,
Oh,
and I see a young lady with glasses right now,
that's a
Looks like-
different meeting.
and I see see it's kind of switching between
That's
different.
not gonna get her.
This would be Nikki and
Yeah.
Jim.
Here's Nicole.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
you see her? I don't see her.
No, I don't. I see her name
Yeah,
and I see, oh, Judy Kennedy. There you
Oh,
are.
oh,
There's
we had
Nikki.
you.
she
There's
there?
Nikki.
Okay.
I still don't see her.
there's Nicole.
There's Nikki and Jim.
Hello,
Oh, I
Nikki
see
and
'em.
Jim.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Okay, there you go.
Hi, Nikki. It's Betty.
Oh, my heavens.
It's Betty, Nick.
Betty
Betty.
Jo.
Yeah.
It sounds wonderful.
Well,
Yeah,
Judy,
Nikki
come on,
and
we're
Pierce.
missing you.
She's here. I can see her.
You can't see Judy, can you?
No, I can't,
can't
see
see
Judy
Judy.
either.
No.
Let's think.
Judy, in the
Nikki,
lower
and here-
left-hand corner of your screen, there's a little video camera.
I don't think I.
You're doing fine.
I have.
I'm so glad other people sound as confused as I am.
You gotta stay here.
We're just starting. Judy, Judy, in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, there should be a little picture of a video camera.
There you go.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Half a dozen. Then?
Okay.
Yes.
Our sound might not be working.
Yes. Yeah. No. This is.
Well, it still appears, Rich, that she's recording,
Yes.
or someone is.
That's the meeting. Oh,
there we go.
There he is.
Everything. Oh, we lost Judy, but
yeah, we lost Judy.
everyone else is there.
Oh, I don't know.
See, don't touch it or it'll go away.
Well, all right.
We all get that, Nikki Ann. We all say, don't touch it, it'll go away. We have to be very careful.
Okay, very, very sweet. Thank you so much. I don't know.
That's okay, honey. We can listen. We can just listen for a while.
Yes. Somebody should be able to be.
What happened to Judy?
Oh,
yeah.
We lost Judy.
Judy. Yeah. Well,
She'll probably dial in again.
yes.
Well, let's
this
wait a
way.
couple of minutes.
So the way mine is set up, it's whoever
Yes.
starts talking,
Yes.
that's who it cuts to, and we can see.
Oh, all right.
I don't see a grid of a whole bunch of people.
Fred,
Okay,
Fred, then you're on speaker view. In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it should say Galaxy View.
All right.
Gallery view.
Gallery view. What did I say? Galaxy?
You said Galaxy, but that's okay. We understand. Gallery view.
Gallery. Where
It was
is it?
out of space noises.
Trials and trails. Did you find it, Fred? You should see about 9 people on the screen.
That would be Jim.
Oh, that's marvelous.
I see nine
Okay.
people.
Yes.
There you go. We're all here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fred, can you see us all on the screen?
That would be Jim Rorig.
Fred Madel. Fred.
Oh, Fred Madel.
It
He's
is
there.
Fred Madel. Okay.
Fred
Yeah.
and Sue.
Yeah, I can see Fred.
Does Fred see everybody?
Yes. Yes, honey.
Fred's on stop action right now.
What'd you say about a nap?
Is that you?
Yeah, right.
It's a slow motion football play, Fred. If I remember, Rich, didn't Fred play football after high school?
Say that again?
Didn't Fred play football professionally?
Yes,
who?
yes,
Semi-pro team?
Fred who?
yes.
Fred Madel.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know. I don't know. If he did, I want his autograph.
Yeah,
On a blank check?
On a blank check, yeah.
that's right. Like that.
What happened to Judy? I thought she'd make another attempt.
I don't know.
Well, now I can hear people real good. What happened?
Oh, my husband is.
I don't know. We're just sitting here listening.
Don't touch
It's
anything.
It's really one for us to have to belong to open.
Don't touch anything. Everything is fine.
There you go, Judy.
Judy's trying again.
Yeah.
Hey, Judy, we're waiting patiently.
Okay.
This is like
Can
a,
we talk? Can we talk while she's coming on?
yeah, this is like a Saturday Night
Okay.
Live skit.
Okay.
She just needs to get her camera connected.
You just click on audio and video. It's
These
Judy, let us know when
newfangled
you can hear us.
machines.
I know. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Your grandkids can do all
There
kinds
she
of
is.
stuff.
Uh-huh. She's got two up though again.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
she does.
Maybe she's twins.
Could be. Could be. Speaking of grandkids and machines, I had to wake my granddaughter up one night to have her do something to the TV because if her parents came home and saw how I screwed it up, they'd be upset. So she fixed it. God.
That's wonderful.
We have a bunch of our grandkids over here today. They're all in the pool right now.
Oh, really?
We
Yeah.
have 5 of our grandkids
Yes.
are here today. Yeah.
Nice.
And they're, wow, how great.
Where are you folks with the pool?
We live in Glendale, California,
Yeah.
which is in Los Angeles near Burbank.
Yes. Yeah.
That's you.
I was thinking the same question. I wondered where everybody was calling in
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. Right.
You want to start, Rich, and tell us where we're calling in from?
Yeah, wait, I want to give Judy another couple of seconds here.
Okie
Judy,
dokie.
can you hear us?
Not sure we're gonna get a picture.
Judy, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't
Yeah,
see you. You still have 2 devices open.
Well, my husband, the computer consultant's muttering here and doing his best. I think I might be in twice and no picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well, I had to push the video camera, the video recording camera, to get the picture to work.
Yeah,
Well, we've tried that, and
Mine actually asked me to join with audio or join with video.
Right.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, me too.
Me 3.
Judy, don't you see that icon in the lower left-hand corner of your screen of the little video camera?
yep, and we've tried clicking on that.
How about the arrow next to it?
By the way, kids, these are my grandsons.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That looked good.
Boom. Oh.
Both of them are movie stars.
At least we've got the right one.
Whoop.
Judy's at it again. Down to 1.
Well, at least you're down to 1 device now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
that's
it
what
was-
the feedback was, 2 devices. Yeah, I think that's better.
Oh,
We
wait a
lost
minute.
her.
We
Lost her
lost her.
again.
Okay.
Again. Oh.
All right.
Well, she'll try it again.
You want
Well,
to
what
send
do you
out a
guys
search
think?
party?
You want to start with the number that we have now? Do you want to begin with this thing, or you want to wait a couple of minutes yet?
I don't know how to make it.
Why don't we begin?
Yeah, we're 10 minutes.
Yeah, Rich, let's begin.
All right. Well, everybody asked a great question. Where is everybody calling in from? So I think maybe that's the first thing we should say before I get into this. I've got a presentation that I'm going to pop up on the screen and share a screen that we're all going to participate in. But why don't we reintroduce each other? I said, I started this and said, I'm down in South Florida. I'm about an hour south of Miami and about 20 minutes north of Key Largo. Jim Kowalski, where are you at?
I live in Griffin, Georgia. I'm about 30 miles south of Atlanta.
And Jim Estes, where are you calling from?
I'm from Northern Illinois, Orangeville, Illinois. Right now, the Wisconsin border.
And Fred Madel?
I'm back in Schaumburg. I'm back in the Chicagoland area after trips to Toronto.
Don't touch it.
Los Angeles.
Schaumburg, Illinois. Okay, Betty, where are you at?
We're in Thornton, Colorado, which is like 15 miles from Denver.
Wow, in Colorado. Mary Sue?
Santa Rosa, California, about 50 miles north of San Francisco.
Wow, Jess?
Yeah.
I'm in central Michigan, a town called Harrison. We're about 40 minutes north of Mount Pleasant, which is the home of Central Michigan University.
Yeah, right. Okay. Vanell, where are you at?
I'm in Waupaca, Wisconsin, which is kind of middle of the state, halfway between Appleton and Stevens Point, little
Wow.
southwest of Green Bay.
Awesome. And Nikki, you guys are where in Glendale?
Yeah, Glendale,
Yes.
California.
He has to help me get up.
Yeah, Nikki had a stroke a while back, so it's hard for her
It's
to
very hard
talk.
for me to
We
get
heard.
up.
We're so glad to see you though, Nikki. Thanks for doing this
So
with
I'm
us.
going to translate a little bit when I
Okay.
can.
But thank you for you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Well, if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to pop into this presentation that's going to keep us all on the same page. Is that okay with everyone?
Sure. Go for it.
I want to first start with, you're going to see my screen, and I'm going to pop up a presentation. Bear with me for a minute. Everybody should see that on their screen.
It says Richard Urshik has started screen sharing.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
What is
Can you see what's on the screen?
No.
Yes.
That's a nice looking Cadillac.
Yes, how
No,
lovely.
I don't see it, Rich. What do I need to do?
Nothing.
Look at gallery view again.
Oh, I don't know.
Gallery view.
Yeah.
See if everybody can get on the right page here.
Yeah.
Shared screen. Show grid video. I have no gallery view coming up.
Okay, you have, does everybody else see a Cadillac on the screen?
I do.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, not Jim. I'm on my cell phone. Maybe I don't have that much.
Yeah, you will. Just a minute. You will. We'll take our time until we all get the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to stop screen sharing for just a minute.
Okay.
And I'm going to put this up again until everybody gets the same thing.
Okay. I'm back to seeing everybody.
Okay, just a minute.
Okie dokie.
Huh. All right, we'll work this out until everybody gets to see the same thing.
It says on the top that I'm visual. Yeah, your screen is what I've got now. There you are. I got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it now too.
Okay, got it.
Okay, just a second.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Yeah, who owns the car?
Car is there, a nice car.
Where's everybody in the meeting?
Hi, Lori.
Hey, how are you?
She sees
Good.
my
How are
screen.
you?
Good.
Just a minute.
You see that gentleman at the, whoop, we're
Just a
gone.
minute.
Okay.
Screen.
Yes, go ahead. Go to your three dots up there. Can you mute yourself for a second?
It's going to.
Ding dong.
You would ask how many people were at that reunion. That's who we were. That's how many people were at that reunion. That was the last one.
But some of those are spouses, is that correct?
Yes, correct. Some of those are spouses. Uh-huh. Oh, I see Judy. Judy is connecting to audio.
Yep, there she is.
There she is. Oh.
That's persevering.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Judy's walking around the house. She's vacuuming while she's multitasking. She's vacuuming while she's talking.
I'm not taking you to any other room but this one. Nobody's going to anybody else, any
There
other
you go.
room. Okay, Rich, the Cadillac's up again. Everyone see that gentleman at the front of the car with the white shirt on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my husband. That's David. He is now 80 pounds lighter.
Oh,
Good.
awesome.
Good for him.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yes, I can.
So everybody sees the car?
Yes.
We can all see the car.
All right, good. Well, that's going to be our starting place. So we'll start from there. For
Here's
those of you
David
that don't
today.
remember, back in 2009, we had our 50-year reunion, and that's the one that followed our 30-year reunion back in 1989. And it's the one that's preceding this 61-year reunion. So that car was kind of famous for the past 3 reunions.
Right.
If I can, I'm just going to flip through this presentation and welcome everybody to this class of June 7th, 1959. And it's amazing that that's exactly 61 years ago today that we all graduated from grammar school.
Oh, wow.
I mean, let that sink in for just a minute and watch, and just imagine what's transpired in each of our lives as we all went in different directions, doing different things, to now culminate into this meeting today, online together on a computer from all over the country. Father Muckerman would be proud of us, I'm sure.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I think this is just incredible that we can do this using this technology today. Let me advance the slides a little bit. In reply to my email, this was really funny. Yesterday, I contacted Jess and I said, hey, did you get the email and the homework? And he said, don't bother me, I got to go do homework. and Vanell kind of busted me today. She said, thanks for the warning. We even get an open book test, and she found a typo.
Only because of the word it was, and I thought, what are you going to do today that we're going to have trials?
Yeah, leave it up to Vanell.
It was trials instead of trails. Right now, by the way, I see a full screen and I don't see anybody else in the meeting. Does everybody else see the participants?
I have a little box where I can see whoever's talking pops into the box.
Okay, that's the speaker view. That's good, just you can see it. Well, let's see how everybody did in their homework. We can all just answer as we think of these answers, but what comes to mind when you think of St. Al's, or what's your favorite memory from our days in grammar school back in 52 to 59? Anybody want to volunteer your best memory? Let me start and then you can follow mine. I guess my favorite memory was the friendships, all the buddies in school. Walking to school along Lincoln Avenue, I'll never forget that in the winter when we actually did walk a mile to school.
Yeah. Do you notice it was uphill both ways too?
Yeah, for sure. I'll never forget the sound of the wooden floor in the gym. When we walked in the gym and played ball, I could hear that wooden floor creaking. And
I can't hear a John Philip Sousa march without thinking of St. Al's.
I don't know if you heard, or if you ever heard my story about slamming the door in my first grade class and breaking the window. In Sister Joan Marie's class, I remember all that glass slamming all over the ground.
Oh my.
Oh.
But those are my memories. Who wants to volunteer?
Let me tell you a quick story about Nikki when she started at school there. This is Jim and Nicole. And when Nicole was going to school there, she was so little that when she went to the bathroom, she couldn't open the door. It was too heavy. So the teacher had to send someone with her to open the bathroom door for her.
My God, that's amazing.
She was tiny. She was really tiny.
Yep, and that was Mary Sue. Mary Sue opened the door for her. I sat next to her so I could do that.
Yep.
She was a good dancer.
Oh yeah, I took lessons with her too at her mom's studio.
My mom's
studio. Her mom's studio was just across the street, catty corner.
Right from Lincoln Avenue.
Right across the street from there was a little
grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was above a shoe store.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yes.
Yes. Remember Nikki?
Yes, I got it.
I think the last time we were there, it had been turned into a Christian Science reading room.
Okay.
Wow.
But the building's still there.
Well, this is Betty. What I remember is I lived right across the street from school. So when I was in my classrooms, I could peek out and see my grandma shaking the rugs and all that kind of stuff. And my mom and my whole family. And I remember the sock hops. Remember the sock hops?
Yes.
And I used to see the nuns. I could go look across and see the convent, so really there's a lot of good memories I had when I was little. I wanted to tell you guys before I even went to school, I used to be like maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I'd go down the steps and I'd stand at the corner where all the big kids were, and I took a little case with me, and I pretended I was in school. And then I only walked like 2 doors down and went back to my house, you know?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good memories. Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
This is Mary
Yeah.
Sue, and I
This is Jim
remember.
Estes.
Okay.
I said, this is Jim Estes, and I've got a memory with Dick Urshick. We were going home on a lunch over there, and we were going down George Street, and a chicken got loose, and chased that chicken over to his house in the basement, and he chopped its head off. And oh my God. I'll never forget that.
Where did the chicken come from? The store that had the
No,
chickens?
There's a chicken, was it Forest Poultry Company, I think.
Yeah,
right
there was.
across.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a place on Lincoln Avenue. My grandma used to say, "Go get me a chicken." And
Why did the chicken cross the road?
not to get its head chopped off.
To get to my house.
Oh.
This is make it.
This is Mary Sue, and I remember the carnivals.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, yes.
The carnivals.
The Carnival on Wellington. Anybody else before we move on?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
what I was gonna-
September.
Then they had the pancake breakfast over there too, once or twice a year. That was always good.
Right, the
Yeah.
pancake breakfast.
Oh, I remember one time when we were lined up going into the church for mass, and our class was lined up out there. While we're waiting, a pigeon pooped on my head.
Nice memory.
That wasn't a fond memory, but that was a memory.
Anybody else?
Does
Big
anybody
classroom.
remember a big fern in the back of Sister Hugh Melissa's classroom that we were never supposed to touch?
Oh, yes, yes.
Every time I see a fern, I think of her.
Who said that?
Vanell.
Vanell. That was the teacher that I most did not like. Melissa. She was right there in second grade. That's the only picture I have of my school. I couldn't find it the last couple days of our school class, and that she did not like me. She absolutely did not like me.
What nun was that?
Do you remember all the spitballs that were in that room?
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Leon or something?
Somebody was talking about the floor in the gym. And I remember the classrooms where we would walk around with a grater and turf on wax and walk the wax into the floor. You remember waxing the floors, walking around?
Wow.
I'm thinking any kid today would sue the school if they made them do that.
Wow. All right, well, let's move on. We got a lot to cover. How about your best or good friend, and where are they today? I'll go first, and then you can pick up after mine. My best friend was Norm Hartman. I don't know if you remember Norm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Norm couldn't be with us. He's not computer conversant at all. He doesn't use a computer. He said to say hi to everybody. He still lives in Chicago. He lost his wife last year. And my other friend was Ron Schmeller. He was a little guy.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Norm was tall and Ron was really short. And Ron passed away in 1987 from heart failure.
Oh, wow.
So somebody else, who was your good or best friend in school?
This is Jim. I got Siegfried Pers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. Anybody know?
No.
Nope.
This is Judy. I joined by my phone. I can't see all of you, but I can see some of you. Sharon Radke. I'm sorry to say I don't know where she is today.
Sharon.
Yeah.
Jess McClory here. One of the things that I think of both with St. Al's and the card that's up now is the friends that I met in grammar school and cultivated through all those years that are not with us anymore. I know Rich is going to cover that a little later on, but my best friends in grammar school were Lenny Scipiora
Yeah.
and Eddie Madden
Yeah.
And Ed Catherine. The four of us were kind of inseparable for a number of years.
Just wait here.
And as everybody knows, Eddie Madden was a Chicago policeman, was shot by his partner by accident.
No.
And on the day that Lenny Scipiora was killed in a car accident, I was supposed to have been with him that day. And
Wow.
I tell this story today still that I was punished by my parents for doing something insignificant, I'm sure. But I was supposed to go with the guys to, Dave Long was another guy that was in the car. There were two cars that went to the Indiana Dunes. And the first car crossing the tracks was hit by a train broadsided.
Wow.
And I would have been in that car with Lenny, except I was punished. Well, in Chicago, I'm riding out my parents again on quarantine. And I hear on the radio there was a car accident, and they identified one of the passengers. And of course, my parents knew Lenny and the rest of the guys. And it was very sad and very sad day then.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this is Jim Estes. I remember that too. And Lenny's mom, you know, that day he got a letter that he accepted to, I think it was the Cubs, you know,
The
Cubs
New York
training camp.
Mets, he was supposed to go to training camp for the New York Mets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of proud. He was the one going to be going on to professional sports. We all kind of,
No.
he was kind of our role model in that regard. But
Sure.
Wow. Anybody else?
This is Betty. My good friends were Mary Sue, Lori, Seal. We kind of just all hung around, and I haven't really talked to Lori or Seal or Mary Sue for a long time. So
I remember Betty and Mary. I remember you had those skirts that had the long tail to them. Maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know. But the navy blue skirts, and then there was another piece of fabric. That ran.
oh yeah,
They were called tail skirts.
tail
They were
skirts.
called
Yeah.
tail
I
skirts.
remember that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Does
Yeah.
everybody,
Another fond memory.
does everybody remember the name Diane Shavola?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I found her on Facebook. I found one of her relatives on Facebook, and I just asked if she's a relative of Diane. And it turns out she was. It's her aunt. And Diane, for some reason, didn't want to participate in our reunion today, but her aunt said, wow, what a lovely idea. Can I attend? I said, no, we're just going to keep it to students. So.
At one time, I was quote going with Diane Chavola and Lorraine Savidio.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another
At the
name.
same
She
time?
was she was a friend too.
Yeah.
At the same time, how many rings did you have?
No, at the same time.
All right, let's move on. How about nuns' names? Who remembers some of the
God.
names? Who remembers names?
I remember.
I do. This is Betty. I
What?
remember every one of my nuns except for two of them. All right, you guys, you got to help me with two of them.
Okay,
So I
what are they?
remember Sister Joan Marie, Sister Hugh Melissa, of course, Sister Noreen, Sister Mansueda, Sister Frances Jerome, Miss Schultz, and Sister Josiel. I can't remember I think it was my third grade teacher. Who was that?
Sister Virginia Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got her name here, and I thought, that doesn't sound right. Maybe it was from high school, but it is Sister Virginia Rose.
He was the meanest nun you'll ever meet.
No, Sister Hugh Melissa was.
Yeah.
If you were a guy.
Oh, okay. So it is Virginia Rose. I got her name here, and I thought, but who was our kindergarten teacher?
Was there a Sister Beatrice?
Sister Beatrice. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that? I'm going to write it down because I actually do not remember that at all.
That just popped into my head. Trust me, I did not remember it.
Sister Beatrice.
You
And
people
Sister
have
Felicity.
way better memories than I do. I have a
Sister-
story. I have
Where
a
did
story
you
about
get the
Sister.
information about Sister Joan Marie, Rich?
So, well, I was going to save that for.
Okay, we'll save it.
No,
I
that's
just
okay.
wanna-
Timing is good. Timing is good. I found her again at our 50th reunion. I found her. She was in Berlin, Wisconsin, at a convent, and she told me, she responded to my letter, and she told me that she had lost her hearing later in life, and she would have loved to participate in our reunion, but she wouldn't have been able to hear us. And I said, well, you taught us to read and write. We could write notes. For this one, I looked for her again, and I found, unfortunately, an obituary from her sister. And I contacted her sister, and I asked where she was. And she is suffering today from moderate dementia. She's 84 years old, and I just said we would mention her in this reunion.
How old is she? 84, Sister
84.
Jo Marie?
84. The class that she taught us, and I think it was first grade,
And I know.
was her very first assignment as a nun.
She was young then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Very young.
That's okay.
But I have nothing.
That's okay.
Okay, well, those were all of the names. Here on the screen are the names that Mary Sue and I came up with. We also remembered our late teachers. Remember Miss Newmas and Provost?
Right.
Yeah, but I have Mrs. Schultz.
Mrs. Schultz, that's another one. And
Yeah.
the guys remembered
Provost
as our
Oh,
coach.
Miss Provost, right.
Yeah, Miss Provost, I remember her. In fact,
Wasn't there a Miss Porus too?
That doesn't sound familiar.
A Porus, so she was a late teacher, Spanish or something?
I don't remember. I remember
No.
Miss Provost, Miss Newmas. I don't know.
Miss
There's
Newmas and
another
Miss
one.
Provost both taught 5th grade.
yeah,
Sister Felicia also taught music.
yeah,
Or
Sister
Felice.
Felicia.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
She taught music.
Wow.
You're missing our famous gym teacher from the Golden Gloves, Mr. Presslinger.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
oh my
wow.
gosh.
Yes.
That's
yes.
right.
He
Yes.
also taught us square dancing.
Yes, he did.
He taught us military marching,
Wow.
and he was ruthless at dodgeball.
Well, I remember one story or one incident with him. He'd start the school year or the class the first time. He'd ask for the toughest kid in the class. He'd ask him to come up there and punch him in the stomach as hard as he could. And he all started out the class or the year doing that, and then put all the kids down that the toughest kid couldn't hurt him.
I'll bet that was, if I remember correctly, Jim, that was Bob Polishek that did that.
I don't recall who it was, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Bob Hollick. That was another name. Yep.
Yeah, Bob Polishek. You know, it was Mr. Presslinger's military movements that probably saved my life in the military, in the Army, when I got drafted, because I remembered for some reason the facing movements, and they made me a platoon leader, and I had about 40 people because I remembered those facing movements. And I just thought of that today. You just reminded me of him. Jesus. Unbelievable. Good thing we had this. All right, let's move on. We got a lot to cover. How about life's brief summary? A brief chronological story. I told you I'd tell you mine first, and then Fred Madel will go next. Okay, listen, I graduated in 1959 like everybody. I went to Lane Tech. My mom died in 1963. I was drafted into the Army, Vietnam, in 1965. I got out of the Army in 1967. I was married in 1971. I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. The boy's name is Tim. Girl's name is Karen. I have 2 grandkids today. Tim lives in Florida. Karen lives in St. Charles, Illinois. I had a few odd jobs in drafting and engineering, and somehow I got involved in the trade show industry, in which I still dabble today. Elvis died in 1977. I thought I'd throw that in there. I started a business in 1986 that I sold in 2009. I was divorced in 1996. My dad died in 1997. After George Street, I lived in Schaumburg, Bartlett, and then St. Charles, and now I live in South Florida in a very small town with my better half, Lori. She'll pop her head in here in just a minute. We're an hour south of Miami, 20 minutes north of Key Largo. We bought a house here 10 years ago because the weather is fantastic. And Fred Madel asked to go after me, so that's my brief story. Fred. Where'd Fred Madel go?
He's not even on.
Oh, he was. Where'd he go? He said he was under the weather and he wanted to go second, so Maybe it got the best of them. Okay, anybody else? Who wants to go next?
Sure, I'll go. I'm Jim Kowalski. I went to St. Gregory High School, and all through the high school years, I used to hang around with Mike Biancalana, George Elsenbach.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Those guys were 2 years older than me, but they were in the same grade as us.
They're the answers. They can.
Yeah. Everybody all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I went to St. Gregory High School. My father died when I was 18, so I never went to college. I got a job at Sturt and Warner working in the office.
I'm sorry.
I worked there for a few years, and I had surgery myself at the age of 19. I had achalasia, they call it, but it's a muscle between your esophagus and stomach that closed up completely.
Wow.
So I had a surgery and they removed it. I went in the Army after my mother married again. I got drafted when I was 21, went in the Army, went in Vietnam from 67 to 68. And after I got home from that, I drank for a few years quite heavily. And then I met my wife, married her, Beth. Her name is Beth. And we've been married 46, almost 47 years now.
Terrific.
We got 3 boys. 2 of them are married. The third one's a special needs son, so he'll never get married. And one lives in Illinois yet, or 2 lives in Illinois, the oldest and the youngest, and my middle son lives in Tennessee. Other than that, we moved to Georgia here in 2017. And what I did all my life was I worked in the vending industry. I started out filling machines, and then I spent the last 30 years repairing them. So then I was very handy around the house because I couldn't afford to have it done for me. So I did everything myself. I've learned to do things. My hobby was bowling. That's where I met my wife. I still bowl today, and I hit my first 300 game 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
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 And so other than that, that's about it.
Incredible. Thanks. Somebody else?
I got Jim Estes, and I've been right after school, I went to Lane Tech with Richard Urchik over there, and then started working for the Boys and Girls Club, and I've been working for Boys and Girls Clubs for almost 50 years now. So
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But,
We have a lot of great people.
But between doing that and driving us in between, you know, that's where I've been. So married for 43 years. My wife died about 2 years ago. I've got 4 kids, 4 girls, 11 grandkids, and they're all over the place. So.
Wow.
Jim, I remember a boys club above the fire station on Diversity in Sheffield.
Yep, yeah, I worked there and then worked over on Diversity, and then worked at a boys club in Elgin, Illinois, started a club there, started another club in Freeport, Illinois, and that's where I'm at now. So, and I'm retired, but I'm still working as a consultant. Go down to live in Florida, but the magic of computers, I'm still like being in the office, you know, that all my work, and even though I'm in Florida, so. But it's been a good life.
Really sorry. Yeah, but it's not me.
Cool. Somebody else?
Yeah, Jim and Nicole here. I could just fill you in. Nikki went to Northwestern and graduated from Northwestern, and then she moved out to California. She became a news reporter in San Diego. She was the first female news reporter in the area.
Wow.
And then she moved up to LA and became a TV, went on camera TV, did daytime TV shows.
Yeah.
And her mom, Ann, moved out here lived in Burbank, and she opened up a little dance studio in her house there, and all of our kids took dancing lessons from her. Nikki and I met on a TV show. I'm a cameraman, and we've been married for 36 years now, and we have 3 kids, a girl, a boy, and a girl, and they all live within an hour of us. We're very, very fortunate. We get to see them and our grandkids pretty regularly.
Wow.
Yes, he's very big. Very
Yeah,
big.
they keep us very busy. Nikki had a stroke about 15 years ago, so she has some trouble communicating and remembering some things, but she still remembers Chicago. We try and get back to Chicago pretty regularly. Joe Stornello was one of the dancers at Nikki's mom's dance studio.
Yes, she does.
And and he throws reunions for the dance class members, and we go back and visit everybody for those too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
and now all my grandkids are coming in the front door. They're just coming back from swimming.
Yep.
Glad you could be with us.
But we're still here, and we're glad we're able to visit
Yes,
with you
so
guys.
happy to
Great.
do.
We're certainly glad to have you.
Jim, nice of you to join with Nikki.
Yes, thank you.
Well,
Thanks,
it's
Jim.
important for her, you know.
Yes, and thank you.
Okay, somebody else.
I'm Judy Jarris, and I'm wondering if I'm the only one that still lives in Illinois. Like everybody else lives away. I went to Immaculata High School, went to Loyola, got a degree in sociology, and was sure I was going to be a social worker, but needed a master's, and I didn't have the money or the inclination to go on. So I worked for a company I'd been working for, and my career was in human resources. So I was kind of a social worker in the business world. The last full-time job I had, I worked in outplacement, which is career counseling, and ended up, and throughout my career was laid off many times. And so after I was laid off there I retired, and have now my volunteer work is with helping people in a job search. And we were very busy when we started. It was pretty quiet for some years, and now I think we'll be busy again, helping give people the tools to get active in a job search. I married Pat. It'll be almost 48 years.
Very soon.
We,
Yeah.
we moved west for jobs some years ago, and so have lived in LaGrange for 35 years.
And she never
And
everybody.
I didn't think we'd be good children, but we try to be good aunt and uncle. And I'm an active volunteer. I work for the food pantry, the job search group, belong to an investment club, and somehow the days go.
Awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna
Thanks,
follow up.
Judy.
If I can follow up with Judy, I think, Judy, you're the only one I've even been in touch with. This is Danelle. At some point, our paths did cross again down in St. Peter's in Chicago. Other than that, I've seen no one.
Yeah.
So that was quite a while ago. My life was just not terribly exciting. I went to St. Michael's Central. That's where we were supposed to go. And ended up marrying a guy that I met on a blind date. He became a secretary. We were married for about 47 years. He died about 4 years ago. And went on to do secretary, administrative assistant. I made a little list. What did I do? Wife, widow, mother of 2 adult children, Tupperware lady, scout leader, youth minister, folk choir director, clown minister. Anybody remember clown ministry?
I do.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. And I went back to college then when I was 40. I'd been taking classes for all this other stuff. So I ended up going to DePaul, their School for New Learning. You had to be over 25. I definitely qualified. So I did that, did my undergrad, and finished my graduate work in theology at Loyola. And went on to do, all kinds of stuff with that. I was very proud of one thing, and I was working out in Glenella, and I was working at a parish. I left the law firm I was working at after I got my degree. I left the big bucks and went to work for the church, where you have a great retirement plan, but you have to die to get it. But I was working out in Glen Ellen and was a member of a what they called the Glen Ellen Clergy Council, and they elected me president.
Wow.
And I reminded them that in my tradition, I wasn't clergy and wasn't likely to be. So they renamed it. It was the Glen Ellen Ministerial Association. So I was very proud of that one.
I don't care.
And I had a book published a few years ago and moved up to Wisconsin in 2000. And just managing to keep myself busy up here, worked at a couple of parishes up here. And now I'm retired and gardening grudgingly. I'm not much of a gardener, but doing it because I gotta.
Fidel, what was the book?
It's called On the Way to Work. My focus has been the spirituality of work. That's what I did my undergrad work on. And I actually created a course I taught at Mundelein Seminary on the spirituality of work. Hard to believe, but nobody ever told the guys that our work was holy, not just theirs.
Mhm.
So I taught that course, and I had developed a column. I was doing a weekly column connecting scriptures and workplace and some poetry. And somebody said, put it together in a book, and I did, and it got published.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm
cool.
still writing the columns. I have a few parishes that subscribe to the column, which is why I caught trials. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Bless me for a misspelling. You're an editor too. Betty Jo, how about you?
Okay, so anyway, we moved to Bensonville, and I went to Fenton High School. I met my husband. We got married in 1963, and
Wow.
we have 4 sons and a daughter. I have 14 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. And then we moved out to Colorado, and we opened a little hot dog stand, which we thought would be really great out here because they didn't know what the Vienna hot dogs were. But they wouldn't ship them across the Mississippi anyways. So anyway, but we had a little place for a while. But then I started working at a place called Storage Tech as an associate engineer. And I worked there for 20 years, and then they closed up. And then I'm working at a company. I'm still working at home, and I handle the short-term disability for a company that handles that for the state of Virginia. And I work from like 5:30 to 2 every day, which is really nice, but I'm getting ready to, I'm tired and it's time to quit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I do that. And then we have, I have a garden. I paint. I have 40 rose bushes. Yeah, I love rose bushes. And we have a garden, and I paint, and I do some gardening. And we've been on, you know, couple of cruises, and we've been, all right, so if I could walk back and forth, or if my kids could come back and forth, I'd move to Hawaii, because we've been there twice. God, it's so beautiful there. But yeah, you know, we're lucky. My mom passed away 5 years ago. She was in her 90s. My dad was in his 90s. Grandma moved out here to Colorado with us, and she was 98 when she passed away, right? So we've had, you know, our family, and my children too, all live around us, not more than 5 miles, and we get together a lot with them. So we have a lot of fun. We have land down in Trinidad, Colorado, 50 acres, and we go ATV and camping down there. We have a lot of fun with the whole family. That's my life.
Cool. Thanks. That's awesome. Mary Sue.
Okay, I left Chicago at 14 and moved to California. And I came back to Chicago that first summer with my mom. And Pat Ronkowitz got me a job at the Dairy Queen. And so I hung around with her and Lori and Seal and Betty Jo. And then I went back to California and finished high school and junior college. I got a certificate in legal secretarial procedures, worked my way through a Dairy Queen and office jobs at a department store, May Company, all through high school and college. And then my first career was a legal secretary. I got married and I had a daughter, Kathleen. And then I was a single mom for 15 years. And I changed careers to human resources administration, and I married my current husband, David, and acquired another daughter, Michelle. We sailed and raced sailboats in San Francisco Bay and to Mexico and to Hawaii. And we never stopped, well, I never stopped going to school at night. And I got my bachelor's degree in English in 1996 when I was 51. I retired at 55 and we intended to sail around the world, but 9/11 happened and we didn't want to have anybody taking pot shots at us. So we aborted our trip and I went back to work as a legal secretary. And now we tour in our Ford Model A's. The furthest trip we've taken was to Canada. Both girls are married and they just live a few towns away from us with their husbands and our 4 grandchildren from the age 21 or 22 to 9. And I'm here. That's it.
Wow. Great, thank you. That was awesome. How about Jess? Hey, never mind your dog ate your homework. You got a story?
I left, I went to DePaul Academy along with Eddie Mann and Ed Catherine and Fred Fitz Biedron. Later on, when I graduated, I went on to Wright Junior College, and the day that President Kennedy was shot was the day I left college. The professor simply just wept in the chair and said, "Go home." And I ended up getting a job. I was trying to go to pharmacy school for a couple of years, and they changed the curriculum. So I didn't want to go to school for 7 years. So I ended up having a second career in the golf industry, and I was in the golf industry for almost 30 years, starting in an office in the mailroom. I went into the factory, sanding woods, grinding irons, went back in the office, went into sales, went into retail. Ended up the director of franchising for a national company, international company actually, and ended up as a consultant with them, and then left that industry in 91 and got into the computer business. I sold computer software to retailers, larger stores like our sports arenas like Joe Louis Arena and the Wrigley Field, using software that we sold at the time. But I was in that business for 23 years. We've got 6 brothers and sisters, and we talk just about every week on Zoom. I'm in Michigan, of course, and they're in Illinois and California and Wisconsin. And my 6 kids, when we married, my wife had 4 kids already, and then we adopted 2 later on in life. We were in our 40s when we adopted 2 more. And they're spread around the country. They're in Utah and Ohio, Illinois, one here in Michigan. So we talk once in a while as well using Zoom. So this is second nature, this kind of phone call.
Cool.
So 2 careers, and I think the average American male has 2.5 careers. So I'm right in it. 2 careers plus 2 years of pharmacy school that never happened.
Wow. Wow, great stories. Anybody else? We miss anybody? Okay, moving on. We got other things to do here. What do you do? What occupies your time today? What do you do to keep busy? You got any big plans for the rest of your life or a bucket list goal?
And this is Jim Estes here, but I got to go because my phone is about ready to die here. But it's great seeing all you guys. I hope we do this thing again. It's a good idea, and I enjoyed myself. Talk to you later.
It's good to see you, Jim.
What happened?
See ya. Thank you.
Yeah, Nicole and I have to go too. I'm sorry, but we have to take care of some business.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay. All right. Good to see you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We'll fill you in on what happened. We'll fill you in. What occupies your time or my time? I teach seniors in the Florida area how to use their iPhones and iPads. What do I do to keep busy? Lori and I kayak in the Everglades. We do that quite frequently. I ride a bike 4 to 5 miles a day. And my big plans for the rest of my life are a bucket list. 20 years ago, I wrote a book also. It's on Amazon about my life. And I think before I die, or in my bucket list, I'd like to update this book and maybe make some additions to it. So those are my answers. Who wants to go next?
I decided the retirement wasn't quite enough. I ran for political office here in the township, and I'm the township supervisor for the last 4 years, running again for another term. That takes up a little bit of my time. But actually, we live right on the lake, and we enjoy a little bit of the lake life. We have a great circle of friends here, all sort of retired. So we have a lot of activities going around here. We don't do a whole lot of traveling anymore. Just had some health problems. My wife and I both had some health problems of the last couple of years. So long distance driving is a little tough. Even sitting down for a long time is a little tough. But we keep pretty busy. It's remarkable. I think the ongoing saga from people I talk to is they thought they'd have plenty of time when they retired, and they're busier now than they were before. And I hear that all the time. So
That's true.
Awesome.
my part-time job as a supervisor has been really nice. It's been public service is what I use the term. I don't use it as a political thing. It's public service and helping a lot of people, including this morning, is what I love to do. So I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Walkie, what about you, Jim?
Well, we've moved down here to Del Webb community. We've been here for almost 3 years. Before they closed our amenity center, I was going to the fitness center about 4 or 5 times a week to work out for about an hour and a half. And I was bowling twice a week, once with a senior league and another time with a other league, a mixed league with my wife, bowled both leagues last year. But other than that, we don't do a lot. Well, my father-in-law is still alive up in Peoria, Illinois. He's 97. He's in a nursing home, barely hanging on.
Wow.
We were surprised he's still alive because he had colon cancer surgery about 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
But until November, well, before November, we made 4 trips up there in 7 months.
Wow.
I put 13,000 miles on the car
Wow.
in like 6 months.
Wow.
But we're enjoying our retirement right now if they ever let us out completely.
Yeah.
Cool. Betty Jo, how about you?
I told you guys, I'm gardening, I paint, I get together with my kids a lot, my grandkids. Oh, we have property down in Trinidad. We go down there, and Jerry loves to travel more than I do, but we just keep busy. I got 3 dogs I clean all the time.
Oh,
And we just have a pond in the back with fish in it, and we just keep ourselves busy with all that, but that's it.
okay, who else?
Yeah.
We have an organization, I guess you call it here. It's called the Winchester Academy. It's been around for 30, 40 years, and what they do is bring in adult speakers. Like we'd love to bring you in, Rich. You'd be perfect. There's speakers in a variety of areas, oftentimes from the universities. We've got Lawrence, we've got Wisconsin, Stevens Point, and so on, but other people. And so it's adult kind of ongoing education. We get between 80 and 100 people from town, depending on the topic, everything from archaeology to bird feathers. I mean, we've talked about it all. And I'm vice president of the board for that one, and on the program committee. So that's a lot of fun.
That sounds
Programming
like it.
and putting it together. It really is fun. Good people.
Okay, cool. Well, that question was kind of redundant. Let's move on a little bit. I'm going to launch a poll here where everybody's got a multiple choice opportunity to answer some questions about the who, what, where, when, why, and how in our lifetime. So kind of watch the screen if you would. And let's start with the who. See if you can answer this question. Click the box for the right answer.
Oh, I know what it is.
Who had the #1 song in 1959?
Bobby Darin.
No. Frankie Avalon.
Frankie Avalon?
Yeah.
Click the box. Click the box. Make your choice.
Yeah. I think Venus was #1 that year.
Yeah, I remember Venus.
First 45 ever bought.
Well, only 5 of you. Got another couple of votes left. Anybody else? Okay. So most of you think Venus, huh, Frankie Avalon?
Yeah.
Believe it was Johnny Horton.
You're
Oh,
kidding
No
me.
Battle of New
Battle
Orleans.
of New Orleans.
What was Johnny Horton's song?
The Battle of New
Personality.
Orleans.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, I like
Personality.
that one too.
Oh, Battle of New Orleans, Johnny Horton.
Yeah.
Wow. None of us got it. Oh, well.
Wow.
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 Okay, just a second here.
That's because it wasn't a song we could dance to.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
I personally had She Who Must Not Be Named playing songs from 59 today, and I didn't hear that.
How about this one? What was the #1 movie in 1959?
Oh,
Gosh.
Remember, this was 1959.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are these answers all being verified and certified?
They
Yeah,
are.
Alex Trebek is checking it out.
There you go, Al.
Yeah.
Okay, you were right. You were right. You're right if you said Ben-Hur.
Yay.
Oh, wow.
Good. Is it okay if we were just thinking Ben-Hur?
That's all right. It's okay.
Well,
Okay.
nobody thought it was the Shaggy Dog, so that's good.
A minute here. Guess this is more for the guys. Where was the final game of the World's 1959 World Series played? Where was it played?
Oh,
I don't know. 1959 World Series.
yeah. I haven't a clue.
Neither do
Oh,
I.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna put something in that's wrong.
Me too.
I'm going to go with Los Angeles because I like it.
Yeah, I just put Los Angeles too.
Well, Chicago was the right answer.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey,
Well, they won the series there. I remember when they won the pennant. Does anybody remember that they set off the what you
yes.
call it, the air raid sirens?
Oh,
Yes, yes. And some people thought that there was an issue, that there was
Yeah.
yep.
I don't remember that. Just a minute.
Do you guys remember going to the Cubs game, walking to the game?
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
remember that?
Yes, remember
Betty,
the,
did we walk along the railroad tracks?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
See, I remember
And
that.
Lori used to live right by Wrigley
Yes.
Field.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
That used to be like a real outing. Now the kids
Yeah.
go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but they would never let them walk along the railroad tracks now, Vanel.
Oh, no.
We're not.
Well, and they were trying to fill the ballpark. That certainly wouldn't happen today.
Yeah.
When was JFK assassinated?
Oh,
November
wow.
11th.
That's it.
I know it was 1963.
Yeah, was
Well-
it November 11th?
I think
I
so.
had
Vanel-
a final that day, and they called the final off.
Wait, I have to interrupt everybody. Vanel, you would have caught this one too. That 1964 answer is a typo. All 4 of those should be in 63.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, see that sounds better. That
'Cause I
sounds
was
better.
thinking that
if
was
it's
the
supposed to
day.
be.
Wait, I'm gonna go ask Google. Hey, Google.
So that's November 22nd, 63.
Yeah.
Is that
that's
what that
I think
is?
that's
Okay.
what it was, wasn't it?
I think that's
Yeah,
what it
that's
was.
actually the right answer.
That was the
Yeah.
right one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
remember too, Mary Sue, I was home from high school at lunchtime. I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, yeah. We had a final a final that day, and they called it off. I was in the
Yeah.
lunchroom when they said
Yeah.
it's off. Yeah.
Okay, we got 1 or 2 more here.
Are any of you on the, there's a Facebook site called the Northwest Side of Chicago. Are any of you on that? I know Ann
No.
Miller. I know
I
Ann
don't do Facebook.
Ann
I don't.
Blake I know is on there. I know Rich is on there.
Ann Moeller was another one I ran into a few years ago.
Who's that, Vanel? Who is that?
What's her name? Moeller. Was it Moeller?
Ann Blake.
Yeah,
Ann
Ann
Adams?
Moeller. Ann Moeller said hi to everybody too. She knew about this. She was all excited about it. She just didn't want to attend because she just lost her husband last year.
Really? Oh, I did
No.
not know that. I ended up, when I was working at a parish in Oshkosh, and we had a new member dinner, and I'm sitting there making conversation with the person next to me who turned out to be Ann.
Wow.
Wow.
Really funny.
Small world. All right,
Yeah.
ready for a little more?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is this?
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I still got JFK assassinated.
Kissinger. That's Kissinger.
Yeah, I got that on here too.
Everybody agrees? Who's that?
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Who's that?
Armstrong?
Yes,
Yeah.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
Right. Who's that? Not the guy, but the girl.
Oh,
Oh,
My
Storm.
Little Margie.
Yes, Margie, what's her
Gail
name?
Storm.
Oh,
Gail
Gail Storm.
She was
right.
on TV today. We watched
she?
some. Yeah, we
Really?
watched not My Little Margie. We watched another one with her in it.
Ah,
How about
cool.
that guy? How about that guy?
No,
Which
don't
guy?
have a guy.
I don't know
Where?
him.
I don't have a guy.
No, it's with Margie.
Oh, with Margie?
No, next to
Oh,
Margie. The guy
don't know
next
who
to
that
Margie now.
I don't know him.
Pat Boone. How about this guy?
Oh, yeah.
oh.
Yeah, who is that? Paul
Yeah,
McCartney.
that's one of
Paul
the
McCartney.
Beatles.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Paul McCartney. Yeah,
Getting tougher now.
that's her
Gail-
again, isn't it? Isn't that
Gail
Margie?
Storm. Yeah.
Gail Storm again.
No?
Yeah.
No?
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 Who is it?
Who is it?
Anybody?
No.
Remember Brenda Lee?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Who's that
That
guy?
wasn't Brenda Lee.
That's
we
not
did.
Brenda Lee.
That's not Brenda
That's
Lee.
Gail Storm.
That's Gail Storm.
It's just look at her hair. Look at everything from the
You're
picture. up there.
fired.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. But now here's another one.
Who's that guy?
Oh, there's another, you know,
Now you
we're gonna
got three
keep an
on
eye
there.
on this guy.
Who's that guy?
That's
That was president.
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon
Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a tough one.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
That,
Nancy Sinatra.
No?
No.
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 yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
There's a story here with her.
Uh-oh, what did you do, Rich?
Her name is Judy. Her name is Judy Tyler.
Oh.
She was the original Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring. On
Oh,
my
I'm Howie
God.
Oh my
Doody.
gosh.
Howdy doody.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
She starred in Jailhouse Rock with Elvis Presley, and she was killed on the way home to tell her parents about the movie.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
We never saw her in without her stuff on her.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All of her little leather. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
how about
Yeah.
this guy? You know who that
Oh,
is?
that's Fabian, my favorite.
Fabian. Yeah. Fabian.
Oh, Imogen Coca.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I can't see those guys.
Right,
Okay,
lost everything.
that's okay.
All right, take a minute and just give a thought to the people who are no longer with us. We mentioned some of their names. There's probably a few more that didn't respond to this invitation, but some names there I'm sure everybody recognizes.
Oh, has anybody ever heard anything from Thomas Allen? He was living in Granada Hills, California, but I haven't heard anything from him for a couple of years.
I think Mary Sue contacted him by
You know,
phone.
I did. I talked to him. Rich, who are the two people that they said hello to us? I didn't bring that sheet with me, and it's not in front of me.
He
I
was
had said
right.
that I talked to two people, and they wanted to give their best wishes, but they didn't have computers.
I think that was Tom.
It was Tom. Yeah, it was Thomas Allen. They're doing well.
Yeah.
And gosh, who was the girl? I can't think of her. I did this with Betty Jo yesterday too. The one sheet that I want, I can't find.
I couldn't, you know what? I didn't see all the names.
I couldn't see the two bottom under.
I can't see the bottom names.
Who
Which
is
one
under
can't-
Tommy Unger?
Yeah, who's under Tommy Unger?
Louis
He's
van der
one
Heide.
rung above Zum Deutschen Eck.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good German restaurant in Glendale Heights, Illinois called Schnitzelplatz.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We
Did
just
everybody
went
see the bottom name?
No.
Louis,
I
Louis van der
cannot
Heide.
see the list.
Louis van der Heide.
Louis who?
Louis van der Heide. He lived next door to me on George Street.
Oh,
What did you say about some Deutschen Eck?
that's a
Tom
next
Unger.
place.
Tom Unger lived above that.
Oh, did he?
Right.
Okay.
No,
I
no.
can't-
Did he?
I knew
Yeah.
a girl that lived up there, an Annalise Schneedermeyer.
Yep, Emily did. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, right. Never found her. Okay, remember these? Remember this place?
Oh, yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yes, Riverview. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Hey, it was
Remember the
Judy
names of
Ernst.
any of the other rides?
You know
Judy
what?
Ernst.
Yeah, the Greyhound.
The
Yeah,
Greyhound.
I got a whole thing up here on the wall of Riverview Park with all the tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think you can see it, but it's up on our wall.
Oh, cool.
Got the Caterpillar.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
the
yeah.
Caterpillar?
Yeah, the rotor,
Yeah.
the shoot, so you
The
got
shoot,
that
the
there.
shoots. Yeah, you got that. Yeah.
There was a fireball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Can you
Bob.
guys see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
There was a,
Yeah,
Pat?
Aladdin's Castle.
yeah, Pat sent me this one time. She's got a whole article on Riverview. It
Oh
was
my God.
really cool. Pages and pages of it.
Oh, I think I got pictures of Riverview on one of my emails I saved for 20 years. I could send it to you if I ever come across it.
You know
Wow.
what their slogan was? Laugh your troubles away.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
2
We need them.
2 miles of Midway they advertised.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember a TV show, 210 Baker
Yes,
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
absolutely.
or Elmer the Elephant?
Yes.
Uncle Johnny Coons.
Uncle Johnny Coons, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
watch all those.
Remember this place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, Rich, you got to give us your story.
Oh, the Ernie Banks story?
You betcha.
Yeah, Norm Hartman and I went to a baseball game, and Ernie Banks just got finished playing. He was coming out to a chain link fence. The fence was tied together with a chain and a lock, but there was enough room to get a hand in. And Ernie Banks was coming out, and he came up to the fence, and he said 4 words to me that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. He said, "Here you go, kid." And he handed me a baseball.
Oh, my
Oh, my
gosh.
Oh,
I
wow.
wish I
No
still
way.
had that ball today, but we played with it and lost it. So
Oh,
Oh.
that was my Chicago Cubs story. Who remembers this place?
Oh, I
Diversity
do.
Rocks. Diversity Rocks.
Montrose.
Is it Montrose? No, it's
who said
Diversity Rocks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who said Diversity Rocks?
It looks like Diversity Rocks to me.
Me too.
Nope. Remember those places?
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember spray painting all your names on the rocks? Huh?
Submarine races.
Submarine races?
Dive punching.
I do remember submarine races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That was after elementary school, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do remember the freezing water.
How about
yeah.
Lincoln, Belmont, and Ashland?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does anybody remember the Weeble stores?
Oh,
There was-
yes.
Yeah.
There was
Oh, yeah.
two of them across from each other, and you could go from one to the other under the street.
Under the
Yeah.
street. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. There was a tunnel that connected them.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
That
There was
so
a Flag
cool.
Brothers shoe store there, and it's the Flag Brothers that Billy Joel mentions in his favorite song.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoop.
Remember
these?
Dinkle's Does anybody remember Dinkle's Bakery?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my God, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
It's still
now
there. It's
they
still
have a little-
there.
Well, it is very
yeah. Yes, it
very
is.
popular. They have a
was-
little
Still there.
cafe.
Yeah,
There's a little-
I was there a couple years ago.
And
There's
it's
a
still
little-
there. Yeah.
There's a little
Anybody-
cafe next to it that's
Uh-huh.
also run by them. And
Oh,
the
is it?
sandwiches have the names of things like Weebles and Rothschilds and all the
Oh,
neighborhood.
wow.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Well, there's a YMCA in the street right behind it on Marshfield. That's been there forever.
Yeah.
Wow. Remember streetcars?
Yeah.
Yep.
That electric thing and the wires up on the top? How
Oh,
about this one?
I got to tell you a story about those streetcars. When we were teenagers, myself and my brother and this other guy and his brother, we'd go up there with old pair of shoes, tie the shoelaces together and throw them over the wires. And when the trolley would come down, it would knock the trolley off and the driver would have to come out and put it back up there. We did that.
You were the one.
Yep.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Was that you?
After we got done with that, didn't last too long, so we used a rope instead of the shoelaces.
Yeah, how many shoes do you have?
Well, whatever.
How about this?
Oh, the carnival.
Somebody mentioned that before.
Yes,
Yeah.
the carnival. Yeah, I
Used to
remember
close off
that.
Wolfram- Used to close off Wolfram
Great
Street.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wellington was closed off. Yep.
I think didn't Sharon Radke and Ann Blake live right there?
Yes.
Yes, Ann Blake,
Mhm.
I remember that name.
She lives in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And
Wow. Who
Oh,
knows
that's
this
right.
movie?
Well, that's been her.
Yeah, that's been her.
it's Charlton
Charlton
Heston.
Heston.
Are you sure?
Charlton Heston.
Tell the 10 Commandments.
Ten Commandments.
Oh, excuse
Oh.
me, wrong one.
Okay, I'm salvaged from the last one. How about this one?
Oh,
Uh,
Gone with the Wind?
yeah,
Gone
that
with the
looks like
Wind.
it.
That's before our time, Rich.
How about
Yeah.
this one?
Uncle Milty.
How about
Oh,
that
yeah.
one?
Oh, geez, I can't remember
This
that.
is
Oh,
Mad,
no,
Mad,
no,
Mad,
this
Mad, Mad World.
is, ah,
Come on, you know this one.
oh, they got stuck on an island, right?
No?
Nope, wrong one then.
This is Mad, Mad, Mad World.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
got it, okay.
How about these
Oh,
two?
howdy
people?
doody.
Howdy Doody, Buffalo
Right, how about
Bob,
this
Buffalo
one?
Bob, howdy doody.
Red Skeleton.
Nope.
Nope.
This one's gonna be tough.
That's Uncle
This
Johnny
is
Coons.
tough.
Yeah, right, Jess. Jesse,
What?
Uncle Johnny Coons. How about this?
Oh.
Johnny Coons, yeah.
Oh, Mickey Mouse Club, Mickey Mouse Club,
Yep. American
Dick Clark.
Bandstand.
American
Right.
Bandstand, yeah.
Oh, Flash Gordon.
I
Yeah,
can't see
right.
that one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see that
Yeah.
one. Our pictures
Flash
are over it.
Gordon.
Sky
Yeah.
King.
Sky
This
King.
is Sky
Yeah.
King.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sky King. And there's
Elmer.
your Jumbo the
Elmer.
elephant.
Elmer
Yeah.
the Elephant, yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
my Elmer the Elephant story.
Yeah.
In 1986, I was playing golf in Chicago at a golf course, and I was driving a cart, and had a couple of beers, and I bumped into the cart in front of me, and I was kind of embarrassed, so I jumped out of the cart, and I went up to the guy, and I introduced myself. I said, "Hi, I'm Rich Ershik." He said, "My name's John Conrad." I said, "John Conrad?" I said, "Where's your elephant?" He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Well, it's a long story, but when I was a kid, there was this TV show on with this guy. His name was John Conrad. He had this big elephant. And this guy said, that was my dad."
Oh.
And I said, "What? Are you kidding me?" I just got goosebumps now. I said, "Where is he today? Where is your dad today?" And he said, "He's in Hollywood, California. He owns a coffee shop." And I was traveling at the time, and I said, "Where is that coffee shop?" And he gave me the address. So when I went out to Los Angeles next, I went to this guy's coffee shop, and I walked in to John Conrad's coffee shop.
Oh, cool.
And I was the only person in the store, and I walked up to him, and I was almost speechless because he looked exactly the same.
Wow.
He said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Well, you're not going to believe this, Mr. Conrad, but when I was a little kid, I used to watch you every single day."
Yep.
And I said, where is the elephant? Where is Elmer?" He said, there were two elephants. They were made out of paper mache. He said,
Oh,
I have one, and the other one is at the Broadcasting Museum in Chicago.
WGN Studios,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's still there. And he signed this picture for me, and on the bottom of it said, "Good luck and best wishes to my friend Richard from John Conrad and Elmer."
Nice.
So that's my Elmer the Elephant story.
But you guys remember another kids show, Soupy Sales?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soupy Sales.
How about
Yeah,
this
that
one?
was in Detroit.
Oh, Spin and Marty.
Oh, Spin and Marty,
yeah.
yes.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
I didn't think anybody would get that. You know, that was Tim Considine who went on to play
Yes.
Right.
My
Yep.
Three Sons. How about this?
Oh,
Oh, the talking
Mr.
horse.
Mr. Ed, the talking
Mr. Ed.
horse.
Yeah,
Mr.
right.
Ed.
Mr. Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Dragnet.
Dragnet,
Dragnet.
yeah.
Good job. What do these things remind you of? What's the first
Oh,
one on the left?
That's the L.
That's the L.
That's
Yeah.
the L. How about the center?
Oh, the
Anybody remember him?
gorilla.
That's
Samson.
oh,
Samson.
Sam,
Isn't it?
yeah.
no.
Uh,
It
Lincoln
no,
what was
Park
his
Zoo?
name?
his name was
Lincoln Park Zoo?
yeah,
Bushman.
Yes.
Bushman.
Oh,
Bushman.
Bushman.
Yeah.
Bushman.
It was Bushman. How about the last pictures?
How about Nikki Chevrolet with the backward K?
Yeah. You
Oh, I don't
remember?
remember that.
That's when they raced at Soldier Field.
No, close though, Jess. Close.
At O'Hare?
Yes, O'Hare Stadium.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Stock car racing.
Bushman.
That's where Fred Lorenzen started. All right, remember our penny candy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mary
yeah.
Jane.
Yeah, Mary Jane's, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Chickles.
Yes.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Bullseye.
Yes.
Tootsie
Oh.
Pops.
Yeah.
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 Bullseyes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the
Oh,
wax
yeah.
lips?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that sugar water in those bottles?
Hey, do any of you people remember the candy store on Southport called Rogers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
With all the
we could
all
all
the
get there.
comics in the windows.
Yeah, you could get a penny candy, sometimes 2 for a penny.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
Mary
was-
Sue, that's one we forgot. We didn't talk about Rogers, but we talked about Joe Glick. Remember him?
Yeah. We talked about Glicks, but not Rogers. Yeah. Rogers. Yeah.
Joe Glick's was a bookie house.
Yeah.
Oh,
How about these things? What's on the left? What's that?
Oh,
no,
skate
skate
key.
key, yeah.
Skate key, root beer
Yeah.
floater, black cow, right?
Yeah,
Black cow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. How about the thing on the right?
And
that's a 45 center.
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I still use them.
Do you?
Yeah,
What do you use them for?
I play my 45 records.
Records are coming back. Records are a big deal today.
Yeah.
Remember our music in the 40s, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s? Went from
Mhm.
45s to 78s to 33 1/3. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Here we
here
are.
it is.
Oh,
where are we?
Where are we? There's, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There, oh, Tommy Unger.
Mhm.
Sister Hugh Melissa's class.
Yeah, I remember a story with her. She told my mother one time that I had brains to burn.
Okay.
my.
What
I saw-
class is to
I
the
see
left
Ricky.
here?
I see
Yeah,
Oh,
Ricky.
there's
Ricky.
Nikki.
Who
Yeah,
said
there's
Tom?
Nikki.
Who said
And
Tom
then I-
Unger? There's Tom
I
Unger.
did. Tom
Yeah, right
Unger's
there, yeah.
right there. And
Nikki is here.
Judy.
See Doug
Judy.
Mayer.
I can't
Uh,
see the picture. I'm not sure what's
Remember Dennis
happening, but-
Furr? Remember Dennis
Yes,
Furr?
Dennis.
Oh,
Furr.
yes, uh-huh.
Who's behind Dennis?
Oh, Richard Shield.
No, Raymond Shield.
Oh, Raymond Shield.
Patsy Lenahan. Right?
Where?
Patsy's back there.
Yeah.
Patsy Lenahan.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Where, Betty
Judy?
Jo? Where's
Huh?
Betty?
I'm
I
here.
can't see the picture. So you know what? I'm going to leave you all because I can't see the pictures and I'm frustrated
Oh, I'm sorry, Judy.
with everybody. All the best.
It was
All right.
nice to talk to
Hey,
you.
Judy, thank
All
you.
right,
Bye.
Bye.
good seeing
Be
you.
well.
Bye.
Thank you.
Sharon Schroeder.
Yeah.
This was Diane, I think, right, Jess?
Dan Shavola? Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
no.
No?
That's
No,
Lorraine Servideo?
Lorraine
no.
Servideo,
No.
yes.
Oh, that could be
That's Lorraine.
Lorraine, yeah.
Mary Sue, are you in
Ronald?
here?
I'm on the left side of the picture. Go to the one on the left. That's Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Nikki.
and kitty corner from her is me. You've got a boy, a girl, and then another girl. That's
Here?
me. That's me.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And two behind me, that's Eileen Boyle. Two
Yes.
behind me.
Oh my gosh. Eileen.
No, not her, the one behind her.
Yeah, right there.
Eileen Veronica Boyle. She broke her arm when we were in elementary school. And when she wanted to come back, the nuns wanted to keep her back a full year. So she went to the school, what, Agassiz, is that what the other school
Yeah,
was by
yeah,
us?
yeah.
She went there instead so that she wasn't, yeah. Ernest Schreiner is the girl over to Eileen's, right in front of the boy. That would be, yep, Ernest Schreiner. Do you
Right here.
remember her? She was the
Yeah.
tallest girl in the
Very
class.
tall, right.
Ernest Schreiner.
Mary
Because
Sue,
because she came from Germany and she was a year older.
Yes, yes.
what nun is this?
Isn't that Sister Virginia Rose? She was I what the little person.
Well,
She
I
was
did
a
not have, isn't this second grade?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, I had Sister Melissa,
Yeah,
but
so I
I
had
also
to.
had Sister Virginia Rose.
Okay,
I think
well,
this is Virginia Rose.
I don't see you in this picture, do
No,
you?
because I'm in the other one.
I
Where are
see.
you?
Huh?
No,
Where are
Betty
you?
Jo's not in this one. Celia's in it.
But I'm in the one with Sister Melissa.
Yeah, but I know I'm in that one too, and we're behind the pictures of us.
Oh, that's why you
can't
can't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
That's
see because
behind her.
we're to the,
Jim Kunke, isn't this you?
huh?
Jim Kowalski, I mean.
Oh, yeah, could be. I was the only one that didn't know enough to wear a white shirt.
Yeah, that was you and I back there.
I never fit in.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
Celia.
Lori. I see Lori.
Where's Lori?
She's like, let me see. The
Right
fern
picture-
goes
right
straight
picture or
through
left?
to the left from the fern. She's straight through. That girl right there with blonde hair.
Here?
No, yeah, that's her. That's Lori.
Huh.
And then over in the other picture, the one that Sister Virginia Rose, if
Yeah.
you go to the girls on the far left, and then you go one over to the right, the fourth girl in is Cecilia. One more. That's
Oh, I see her. Yeah, that's Seal.
That's
Yeah.
Cecilia Netzel.
Yeah, Seal wasn't in my classes until 4th grade.
Oh, next to sister is Marion Popke. Oh my God.
I don't know
Yes,
who that is.
Marion Popke. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
God.
Hey, Jess, you
How did
recognize
these
anybody?
names come in? Wow.
Jess, do you recognize anybody?
I don't. I really don't. I'm staring and I recognize Doug Mayer right off the bat, but that was about the only one.
See who I'm circling here? That was
What-
Ron Brademan.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
This guy here, Jim Kunke.
Oh,
yep, Jim.
Okay.
I ran into Jim Kunke once years ago, 20, 30, 40 years ago. I don't know when. He was a bellman at the Hyatt,
Oh,
taking baggage from guests, taking them out to the car. He made $80,000.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Wow.
Hey, here's a name. Here, this one right here next to Doug Mayer. I remember his
geez.
last name was Henry.
Henry.
Paul
Yeah.
Henry. Paul Henry.
Henry
Paul
Novak.
Henry.
The
Looks like
first
Alfred-
one is
looks-
the
looks
the
like
first
Alfred
one is
Newman.
Charles, isn't he? The first boy, Charles. Yeah, who's that?
I'm not sure, but I
Charles.
know this is Ron Brademan.
Yep.
Wow.
Wasn't the first one alfalfa?
This was Ron Schmeller.
Oh,
Who's this
yeah,
fellow
yeah.
Ron Schmeller. Who's this?
Oh, geez, I can't remember. I have no idea.
Susan Drapp, isn't she there? Susan Drapp, right above St. Alphonsus. That's Susan Drapp, I think. And then
Right here?
Judy. Yeah,
Here?
Susan. And then Judy. And oh my gosh, I can't see all of everybody.
Marilyn Green, was she with us? Marilyn Green?
Marilyn, yeah, that's Marilyn.
She's between me and Eileen Boyle. That would be Marilyn Green. So she's on the left, Rich. This is Mary. Yeah,
Right here?
right behind me. No, behind me.
Here.
That's Marilyn Green. Yes.
Oh.
Holy cow. Mm.
Does anybody remember this girl right here?
Which one?
See my cursor?
No, I don't see your cursor.
I
Where
do,
are you?
you know, I remember her, but I can't remember her name.
Ooh, let's see if I
I'm
can
gonna
find
stay
her.
away.
Was her last name Sands? No. Uh,
Huh.
I've got names written down here, but I'm trying to find her.
Wow.
There was a Mary Jane Sands.
Mary Jane
might be who
Sands.
that was.
Mary
That
Jane
sounds familiar.
Sands, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
yeah.
Marilyn DeShant is in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
She's right back there, Marilyn.
Hey, Jess, you remember this name? I think this was John Hutter.
Yep,
Oh,
yeah.
John Well, that's again a familiar. I tell you what, I'm looking at these guys, and I've got, I think, a pretty good memory, and I am drawing a blank to a lot of people.
Really?
The names that you're mentioning, I remember the names, but the faces I am not putting together with the names.
Oh, I thought you'd know a lot of them.
I thought I would too, very honestly.
And this guy too. This guy had a strange name in the back row here.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was Siegfried Perez. Maybe not.
Wasn't the bad one the one right in the very end? He's the one, what was his name?
Roy?
I don't know, the one
Roy Hamill?
the one who threw all the spitballs.
Where?
Oh my God, I can't remember which one he was.
Which picture?
In the one on the right, Sister Hugh Melissa.
This guy?
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Fred, somebody is next to Sister Virginia Rose. Fred, right
Here.
there. Isn't that Fred?
I didn't know many people in that class.
I didn't either.
Where's Pat Ronkowitz?
I don't know. I'm trying to see because Pat was in my class with me most of the
Okay.
time, but I can't see the end of it, so I don't know. Oh,
Our-
there.
Our
This-
pictures are over
This,
it.
this was Joellen Fugate, who lived 2 doors from me.
Yeah,
and right
Joe
here's
Allen.
Vanell. Here's Vanell here behind Ron Schmiller.
Yeah, there's Vanell.
Back behind there. I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I see her. Mine
Switch your
just moved.
pictures. Switch from
And then
gallery.
I'm back behind Vanell.
What should we do, Rich? Switch what?
Switch from gallery view to, there's a little icon with a bunch of squares in it. If you click on that, it changes the layout. Betty Jo, you're behind Vanell?
Yes, I'm right there with the long
That's you?
braids.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, we covered a lot of people here.
I was in that class. I was in room 109, but I don't even see, I don't see me. Wow.
Huh.
Hey, do you remember how much tuition we had to pay way back then?
Like
$2.
$2 a month or something.
Yeah.
$2 a month. We used
Yeah.
to bring it in an envelope.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, Mary Sue, yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
one.
we used to bring it in an envelope. Because I know, because my brothers went there too, and so my mom and dad had to come with $6 a month.
Yeah, oh my God.
Mhm.
Rich, is this guy in the first row? Is that Eddie Madden?
Uh,
109?
in 109?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
person.
Eddie.
Where,
Yeah.
here?
That's him. Yeah.
First row sitting, yeah.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
That's
And
Eddie.
then And then what was his name? Douglas Fur next to him.
Dennis
Dennis
Fur,
Fur.
right.
Yeah, Dennis Fur. And it's hard to see. Didn't we get pictures from every grade, or was it just, because that's the only picture I have is that one of Sister Hugh Melissa's class.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
only one I have.
Me too. Seems like we all have.
I
Well, it
have
must-
them from my brothers, but they're older. They're not us.
So they mustn't have taken pictures every year
Mm-mm.
then.
No, they didn't.
All right, did we beat this one to death?
Yes,
I think so.
All right.
that was fun though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, those all the little blue marks from the last one. This is the last. These are the only pictures I've got left. Does anybody else have anything that you can hold up to the screen?
No,
Oh.
I don't have anything.
No.
I don't either.
I have the big one of us when we graduated.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think-
one would be nice to share.
Yeah,
I
I don't
wish
like that one.
I can't
one I
find
have.
my copy.
Yeah. And I don't have the real picture. I just have these copies. I don't know what happened to the real picture.
Mary Sue, on that picture,
Uh-huh.
Lorraine Savidio is smirking because Bob Polishek and I are making a face at her. Sitting in the audience in the Athenaeum.
Oh.
She was a stinker, Lorraine.
Well, there were a couple of them. Kathy
Polachek?
No, I want to say Polk, P-U-L-K. Oh, Smoke. Kathy Smoke.
Kathy Smoke.
Yeah.
Kathy Smoke, Diane, Lorraine Savidio. They were kind of palsy-walsy type gals, but
They were kind of rowdy too, weren't they?
Kathy Smoke. I do have a picture, but I can't show it on the screen. I've got a picture of our 8th grade football team.
Oh.
Coached by Bill Pierce. Denny Furr was our quarterback. I'm kneeling on the ground next to Doug Mayer, who became my best friend because he was a big guy. I was a running back, and he was the guard. So I became good friends with him, so he would block better.
I remember Dougie. He was a nice guy. He died early too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard that, yeah.
I don't know what from.
I have a story about Judy Schmitz I'd like to tell. It's really kind of interesting to me.
Oh, good. We want to hear about Judy.
She was my quote girlfriend, whatever, in 4th grade, if one could be. But anyway, when we were in 8th grade, there was a guy who was in high school who, if you will, took her away from me.
Aw.
40 years later, I'm visiting a neighbor, a good friends of ours, in their new home. And the neighbor comes up, who's now friends of my buddy, comes up and says, "Oh, you're from the north side of Chicago." We go on talking about his wife. She's from there. Oh, she's from there. She's from there. And he comes out and gets it. He goes back into his house and comes out with her, Judy Schmitz.
Oh my gosh.
She married John.
Incredible.
She married John Bellens. Didn't Judy marry John?
Yes.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They had 4 boys. She hated the life that she had because she was going from one football game to another, and they were a handful. And later on, because we're still good friends with the couple next door, Judy came down with a COPD real bad.
Yeah. She has
an oxygen tank, and I saw her. I was at a wedding, and I ran into her and John there, and she was really having a tough time breathing. And that was probably 15, 20 years ago.
She's still on it. I saw her about 4 or 5 years ago.
Really?
I went back there, and Pat Ronkowitz had Lori Funky,
Right.
Judy Schmitz, and David and we all had dinner together.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah. So she's still on the oxygen.
They still live in Streamwood?
They just moved. They moved to somewhere else.
Oh.
But yeah, they moved. Yeah. But they're all okay, all of them.
I'm glad to hear that. The boys were, I remember every time we'd go over there, 'cause we would visit these friends of ours, and Judy and John would come on over, and we'd end up playing cards together. But she was always lamenting about the stories of her doing laundry and the boys would never help out, and John would let it slide by saying, "Well, boys will be boys," and she would want to punch him in the nose for that. But it was really tough. She aged pretty quickly at that point, in her 40s and 50s.
Yeah, they live in Huntley now.
Huntley, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did they move to that Jim, you're in a property, what is that, Del Webb?
Del Webb, there's a big one in Huntley.
Yeah.
They live on a street called Bull Ridge Drive. That's probably that's probably
That's
where they
Del
moved.
Webb. That's where our friends live. I didn't know that Judy and John moved there too.
Yeah, they live in Huntley now.
In the Del Webb community. Wow.
Well,
Anybody here from Carol Samp?
Nope.
No.
Another name. She was going with Lorraine. I have a picture of our graduation day. Carol Samp and Lenny Scipiora, Eddie Madden, Ed Catherine, and myself, and Lorraine Savidio. Don't know why. Memory came up.
wow.
there's a lot of snapshots going through my head as as Rich put this together, week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I'm sure that's the same thing you're all dealing with as well, as all these little snapshots of life since 1953. Just incredible.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. Well, anybody else got anything to say? I'm getting past my bedtime here. It's late. Late in
That's
Florida.
right. You're on the East Coast. Yeah.
Well, I'm getting.
We're going, the water fountains being called bubblers.
The bubblers.
Yeah, bubbler. Yeah. Huh?
Don't know why,
Oh, bubblers. Yeah, right. Oh, my
because
gosh.
they were invented at Kohler, in Kohler, Wisconsin, and our nuns were in Mequon. They were formed at the same place, which is why they always called them bubblers. And I didn't find that out until I got back up to Wisconsin and I saw a sign in an office that said, bubbler out of order.
You were the only one that knew what it meant.
I was the only one that knew what it meant. Unless you're from Wisconsin, they do know what a bubbler is up here.
Wow. Rich, I agree with you. I gotta call it a day and go have some dinner. And
All right, good. Stay for one more slide because that's about it.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Happy
I'm
trails.
done. I'm done. Everybody's done.
Very nice.
That was nice.
That was nice, Rich. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
very
Thank you.
nice, Rich.
You're welcome.
Thank you for putting this together.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a wonderful life,
Stay well,
folks.
everyone.
Yeah. Have wonderful lives. Stay
Yes,
safe.
stay safe and healthy.
Yeah.
See you guys.
All right, take
Bye.
it easy. It's good to see you.